Hello YouTube, this is GoldenEma1 here, and today I'd like to welcome you guys back to another episode of How to Be a Good Squad Member. And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at positioning and overextending.
Right, the thunder is going to be right on our left.
So first of all, let's talk about positioning. The way you position yourself in a game like Planetside 2 is very important as it can mean life or death. For this video, we're going to break it down to defensive positioning and offensive positioning. First off, defensive positioning has the priority of surviving, but at the same time returning fire. When playing in squads, you may have to hold a building with a point inside, so your squad leader might say something on the lines of set up defensive positions. Every building with the point is unique with the way the obstacles are set, but there are some general rules of thumb. We're going to take a quick look at some defensive positions and rate them. This is poor defensive positioning as you can return fire but does not have the priority of surviving. One thing to note here is never stand on doorways or stairs, as friendlies and enemies will be shooting through them or in that direction, so there's a 99.9% chance that you will be killed in the crossfire. You might be thinking to yourself, well, if I die there, then what's the problem? A medic in the squad can just pick me up. However, your medic will have to put themselves at a higher risk than normal and can lead to them overextending. But we'll look more on this later on in the video. On the other hand, this would be good defensive positioning as you have good survivability here because you can run into cover if needed and you can also return fire if needed. Moving on, let's talk about offensive positioning, and this one is much more simple. All it is moving from cover to cover and being aggressive. While you want to survive, you need to be able to shoot and kill enemies. In a nutshell, positioning is making sure that you have some sort of cover around you and also making sure that you don't expose yourself too much. Now we're going to talk about the nightmare of squad leaders, the sight that makes them cry. That is overextending. Overextending would be you moving away from your squad or medics/engineers to a position that would be considered dangerous, as there's a high possibility you would die there. The natural instincts of medics is to revive the fallen, and if the fallen are in an exposed position, then there's a high chance the medic will die there too. A quick tip for newer players who like to play medic, I would say buy the revive grenade and insert into the grenade bandolier. This way you can revive players that are in a dangerous position. If you run out of revive grenades, then you should deal with the situation first by killing the enemy and then bring out your revive tool. Remember, gun first, revive tool out later when you're over the dead body. Medics are the backbone of squads, and overextending can lead to the breakdown of squads. Usually, players overextend because they want to get that final kill. But let me tell you now, it's not worth it. As for maxes and engineers, the pair still needs to be careful. While the max can daka, the engineer is still a squishy, so always consider your positioning. For a point hold or for a building hold, make sure your engineer can repair you from a position of cover, and in most cases, this will prevent you from overextending. When moving from place to place, the engineer is usually repairing the max in 5-second intervals to check its health, and when pushing into a building, the max should be fired away with the engineer repairing regardless of its health. As a max, if this isn't happening, then it might be a good indicator to you that you're overextending, and as an engineer, if you feel like your max is overextending, let them know on voice comms to come back to you. The same applies with vehicle squads, and it can be more costly here. Enemies, in particular Wolfpack Harassers, will quickly pick off lone vehicles and therefore diminish the size of squads, so make sure you take note of where your repair sonder is. So from now on, one thing I recommend you to do is, whenever you die and can't be revived, look at the position of your death marker and ask yourself how you could have avoided it. The best squad members are the ones that are aware of their surroundings and the surroundings of their squad members. Now, chances are you're watching this video because you want to become a better squad member, have interest in leadership, or like to watch cohesive squad play. That's why I'd like to recommend you subscribe to Alex189. He uploads some great content such as his leadership series called Command. He also made a video about maxes and overextending, so if you'd like another perspective on the topic, I'll leave a link to his video along with his channel. And yeah, that'll wrap up today's video, and if you feel like I've missed anything out or have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're new to the channel, why not subscribe to receive some more golden quality content. But nonetheless guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.